You guys, this rotor will actually work. And when I do, I took one of these apart, but I'm going to cut it off with some pliers later. And I'll show you how that worked. But it's pretty good. I'll show you the box in a minute. So what you guys got to do with the rotor, but you can put this on top of it. It'll spin no problem with this. This will do it. You have to put it on this side here when you do that. But that's the rotor, but look at the box, what it looks like. For 25 bucks, $26, I got the antenna with it. The metal things, you want to trim those guys off. The best way, how you cut these off, see how these guys look like they're grounded? I would not. I would just cut the edges off on the bottom of them, then seal with some glue or silicone to do it. Same thing with these, but don't mess with those. But look, there's the coax that attaches to the bores. See, you guys can see that right there. Yeah, I'll definitely put some glue on that in those coax when I take this chip out. This is actually the motor that makes it run, but it actually comes with a metal bracket with this too. That's the rotor. It'll definitely will do the PVC pipe. I tried it earlier today and looked at it. This is the piece you can actually work this on. What I'll do with this guy, before I do put it on top, you can actually do this and put it back on there and re-screw the screws back on the bottom. So I took the little screws out a while ago. They're pretty small, but it should be able to work fine. This is the beam antenna you can work with. You can lay this piece here. I'll show you a second. Here's the thing I had. You lay this right here. And that's how you point your north and south beam. And the way I do that, your pipes go here on the side. Let me get this going. Is this close? Yeah, there we go. You put them on your both sides here, right there. And I think you can actually attach something here with it or a tie wrap, but I'm not going to do it with a tie wrap. Probably will do something really better. I'll put a bracket there, hold it with JB Weld. JB Weld will hold up the internal weather. It should work really good. And the coax can connect right here on the back and go back to the antenna, but it'll move around like this antenna does. But there's a way to do it, because the rotor won't get tangled up because then you can put it in position. You can always do other ways to do it. You can make your north and south beams on both sides. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. I put like a little item, like some kind of display thing on the top of it, like a little something that sticks out, be quite good. So it should be able to work good. This is the box that will come with it. I'm actually going to cut these metal things off real soon, and so I'm not going to take those screws out. This is actually the rotor, and the way you connect this to here. It'll work on this here, or either way it'll connect to this one, and it looks like you can run these two rotors on this box. I'm not kidding, but I think you can actually run two rotors. This goes to the TV, or this can goes into a TV system, but I don't care about this coax here. But that's just a TV thing. But this makes the rotor go, and you push this button for rotation like that. You hold it down like the guy I've seen, and it comes with a remote. You have to be really close to it, right up to it like that, be fine. But the rotor's not perfect, but it's perfect on some levels. It actually uses a 75 Altum cable. As long as you get any coax in any store. This is thin coax, but it'll do good as long as you don't put it on the thing long enough. But it should not snap. But it came with some tie wraps to be alright. But before I do that, I'll do some testing later on. And this is what you need, 75 Altum cable. If you find that kind of stuff, your rotor can work with it. The good thing, at least this stuff can be resoldered again. You can put the same kind of coax cable in, you gotta get an idea that works. Looks like it's a ground wire and a coax that hooks on the bottom of it. That's what it looks like to me. But any coax wire with 75 Altum cable, like the newest ones, just look for 75 Altum coax cable for anything like that. And if you look this up, you might be able to get the right kind of connector for it. And it should be able to work really good. But it'll be alright, it won't be rotted either way. And you can always replace the coax on the rotor. And that's a good idea, but this is what it looks like to me. And it's pretty nice, but let me tell you, a lot better than getting a whole bunch of box things. But I wish it was a directional pad, but This is the newest thing. It's actually 2021. It's actually from off an antenna from a 106 to what it's called. And the remote comes with AAA batteries you have to put in. Doesn't come with it. You have to get your own. And that's how you tune it. You could either go rotator either way, but it's not perfect, but it's perfect for it to get the on the skip, but it'll do like this I told you. And this thing goes on the top of this thing here. This thing you can take the motor out, probably you can put motor oil in it, but this thing doesn't look like it needs oil because it looks like it's really well sealed. And that's good. It looks like it's really well sealed inside. So that's a good idea. But you can always buy another rotor like this, another antenna for $25, $30 and slap it back on there. That's why you can buy a bunch of backups. The good thing about it, about this antenna here, you buy another one of these, you can always take this motor out and swipe the same thing with the same shell, or you just take the shell off here and put it back on another antenna just like this one, the same model, and it should be able to work. So these look like capacitors, has like 9 volts, and that's what I'm saying. But it's perfect for a rotation antenna. But what you got to do, make sure you trim these off on the bottom because that connects to the antenna of a TV antenna. That's what makes it work for 4K. And just make sure you seal this up because then that's the best way to do it, so you don't get any lightning strikes on these things. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But you have to turn it off during storm. But these are going to be trimmed off completely, and it's good. And you can use the other lumen antenna stuff for basic projects you want to do, but this is good for a starting single beam antenna to start out. But you can put any kind of beam antenna on it if you want, as long as it's good. So it'll come with a metal bracket with this thing here. I'll show you. This is what came with it. You can find one of these, and you just take it to your local Walmart, and also will come with U-bolts with this too. It actually will come with cheap ones. Cheap U bolts, but it's alright. But it doesn't matter. But it comes with a cheap U bolts, and you stick them in there, it'd be okay. But I would definitely upgrade the U bolts to a little bit better conditions than the Chinese things, but it's alright. But it comes with U bolts, but you can get your own one, make the same kind of one, but get some like stainless steel will work fine. And this is pretty stainless steel, this won't rust. And it's pretty good, and it goes right into this thing when you line the hole up with a screw. But what you do is go take this at any lowest place. It'll just squeeze right in there, and it'll go right in there, no problem. Then I'm going to stick this up in the cedar tree when I do this. It'll be perfect. And it'll definitely will be the single beam antenna. You can make that either way. So I got this in the mail today. I'll show you where you go get one of these for price pretty cheap. You get them for that price either way. Keep that away from the magnet things. So it's really quite good. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'm going to pause this for a second. There you go, we're back on. My video was acting up because I think it was magnets near this thing. Make sure you don't put your phone near this, but it's a good idea. I'll just make sure I zoom it up like that to be okay. So that's a magnet inside this thing. So it shouldn't hurt that much on that thing, because this is a pretty magnet mount. It shouldn't affect the performance of your antenna, but you can always put this thing on top like this. But mostly you can put something to cover this up, but it'll be okay. But you can make it a little higher to adjust it. You can do a lot of ways to do this, but it'll be fine. And also the rotor can go upside down when it spins. So it should be perfect for this either way, when I'm looking at it. Let me see if it does affect my performance. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's okay. But you think a magnet will affect your CB thing? It shouldn't affect that much either way. It's got a ferrite in there, it'll be okay. We'll have to try it out, see what it does when we get it set up. When we put it on here, just lay it on there, and that's how I do it, and hook the coax to it, it'll be alright. So this gives you an idea. You guys can make your own rotor antenna, like that guy in Ridge Adventures on YouTube you've seen. This is the way he should have went this route, but one of these antennas would have cost you $55 at Walmart, but they're about $25 to $30 on eBay. So I'll show you where you can get it from. And I got this from California, but we'll have to probably, what I have to do is try and put some Gorilla Glue to seal this coax in here so it does not get water inside of this thing. Got to make sure that is sealed up. Doesn't matter, but make sure this is really sealed up right here. That's what I gotta do. I gotta make sure that is really sealed up. Once you seal that up, you'll be okay. So, you have a good day. Hope you guys really like this. I put this out there on YouTube to get you an idea. This is what you do with you put the two beams on both sides. It's 8 to 9 foot on both sides, and that's how you make your single beam antenna. So that'll give you an idea out there for all your YouTubers out there to build your 102 inch dipole, whether it is or horizontal beam, and you should be able to do it a little bit better with this. This will give you guys an idea to start on it. And you got to make sure this is like you put this on the bracket. The way I do this, that's the antenna facing that way with the metal things, but this makes actually a good bracket to hold it on both sides, where the PVC pipe could lay on both of each other. And you could probably use tie wraps or something like that, or maybe some like plastic brackets or metal, and you should be able to do that. You can do it with JB Weld. You gotta think of an idea what will work good with this, and it depends on that. And you probably could glue it with glue gun, or mostly silicone probably will work with this probably, or Gorilla Glue, because Gorilla Glue will actually hold it really in place. It won't break off. And probably you could put JB Weld on top of it. You put JB Weld on it first, then you put Gorilla Glue on top of that to seal it. That's how you do that on both sides. On these plastic things right here, it should be able to work with that, with JB Weld. Then you put Gorilla Glue on top of it last. So you got to make sure it's really sealed tight. So catch you later. This is Foxman 362 World Radio, and I'm backing on out here. Have a good day and have a good afternoon. Today's December 2nd, 2021. And catch you guys later.